So, good morning to everybody. My name is Jorge Valhondo and I'm from the UPN, which is the Technical University of Madrid. And I also involved on the sci-fi projects, but I talk about it later. So welcome to the webinar about Introduction to FIWARE Lab for Infrastructures. Regarding the index I'm going to follow, it consists of an overview about the FIWARE ecosystem, and I'm also going to show the FIWARE web and the FIWARE Lab platform. Later I'll focus on FIWARE Ops, and I'll show a video and talk about the different sections. And later I'll focus on the sci-fi projects, results, and FIWARE Ops and how they are related. And I'll also talk about a little bit about the sci-fi marketplace. And finally, I'm going to show you all the references where you can find more detailed information regarding sci-fi ecosystem or environment, and also FIWARE Ops. Okay, focusing on the FIWARE ecosystem, FIWARE seeks to provide a truly open and public and royalty-free architecture and a set of open specifications that will allow developers, service providers, enterprises, and other organizations to develop products that satisfy their needs while staying open and innovative. So we can identify different set of stakeholders as SMEs, entrepreneurs, also developers, providers, public administration, and companies. I'm going to focus on providers because they are related to the FIWARE Ops, but I also want to show you an overview of the FIWARE environment. So if we focus on SMEs, there is a FIWARE Accelerator program, and there are also some APIs, and there is a cloud community, and they can also get in contact with multiple FIWARE providers. Regarding developers, FIWARE ecosystem provides an OpenStack-based cloud hosting with a library of components offered as a service. They are called generic enablers, with open standard APIs, making it easier to connect to the Internet of Things. Concerning providers, there is a collection of tools that eases deployment, federation, connectivity, and also service management. I focus on that later. And it's also defined to help expanding and growing up the federation, including different nodes and infrastructures, data centers, for example. And regarding finally public administrations and companies, they will be able to save costs, offer better client service, and gain prestige by connecting innovation developers and sharing open data. So in this case, we are just focusing on economical, societal, and political benefits. I'm going to show now the FIWARE webs and the FIWARE Lab platform. So this is the FIWARE web. You can identify the different stakeholders, SMEs, FIWARE developers, FIWARE providers, and also public administration and companies. And that's just what I've been talking about. In this website you can extract more detailed information about each one of these topics or stakeholders. But I'm just going to focus on FIWARE provider, which is related to FIWARE Ops and also to the sci-fi project. Regarding the FIWARE Lab platform, I'm just logging, I can log out and show you. The idea of this platform is the entry point where all these different stakeholders can access to the FIWARE environment and ecosystem. So this is just the entry point. Everybody from the cloud community can access to the FIWARE environment from this website. You can just register and log in. And then here you can identify your account with your application running. There is also a cloud section. And there is so much information that I just want to show you the links or the website where you can get access to more detail. But this is the platform. You can go through the platform and get different details. So the video shows that FIWARE Ops eases the deployment, federation and connectivity management, and also service management. Deployment eases deployment is a set of tools that eases the deployment of different instances across the Sci-Fi Federation. Regarding the federation, the goal is to federate a FIWARE node to an existing FIWARE instance and monitor the status of the different services. And regarding connectivity management, the goal is to manage different services across the FIWARE Federation of nodes, allowing a highly distributed cloud application. As you can identify, this is the image associated to this. This is the one for deployment. This other one is for federation, connectivity and service management. And finally, regarding service management, the goal is to register and deploy additional enablers and infrastructure services in a system FIWARE. This is related to the Sci-Fi marketplace and the resource catalog, where providers can publish their generic enablers and services, and later the cloud community can get access to these offered services. There is also a FIWARE Ops poster that is really clear about those points. And it's more or less the same about deployment, federation management, connectivity and service offer. I think it's more or less what I've been talking about. So next slide is about the Sci-Fi project and how it is connected to the FIWARE Ops. So Sci-Fi project is just the result. Sci-Fi project results are FIWARE Ops. Sci-Fi project is still running, and this is an overview of the original node on the federation, and also the new nodes selected by an open code. You can find, for example, Civil or Lanium, the different nodes. Regarding this Sci-Fi project, there is a public wiki with more details, and the link is on the presentation, and this is the wiki. You can find really more details about this and how it is connected to FIWARE Ops. This video is also the one on the FIWARE Ops webpage. This one. It's also important. I also want to highlight the list of members that are forming that conform the federation. This is a set of members. Maybe you can recognize most of them. But if you want to access to more detailed information, the link is also on the slide, and here are all the members. Okay. Regarding this sci-fi marketplace and sci-fi project and FIWARE Ops, and to sum up about how everything is linked, I want to highlight that the FIWARE apps is the single entry point, which is the platform that I have shown you a moment ago, and it's the single entry point to the FIWARE ecosystem. The sci-fi marketplace will be integrated on the FIWARE Lab, and the sci-fi marketplace will be the entry point for future internet provider. And they will be able to publish new services and offer them to the Federation. I just taken some pictures about how the marketplace is, the status of the marketplace. Now it's not integrated on the FIWARE Lab platform, but in 1 month or less it will be integrated. You can find a map for showing the federation of the different nodes, and here on the right you can find an image of the resource catalog where there are some GEs published, and also there is a map where the user can identify where are these instances running across the federation. And finally, some references are already inside the slides, but those are the main ones to the FIWARE ecosystem, FIWARE Ops, and also the sci-fi project. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you take some minutes for watching this video, because I think it's really important and really sum up FIWARE Ops. So thank you very much.
Okay, Jorge. Thank you very much. We'll leave the questions and answer session till the end, so if it's all right, I'll just hand over to Alessandro next. And Alessandro is going to present the...
Yes, I'm ready.
Hi. So I'll just give you the...
Hi.
Alessandro, I'll just give you the presenter rights. That's handed over to you now.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Right. Good. Good morning at all. My name is Alessandro, and I work in CreateNet Research Center based in Trento, Italy. I'm going to present the Sci-Fi Federation architecture. The speech is based on the updated version of the deliverable D1.3, named D1.5. The architecture adheres the main cloud principles: on-demand self-service, elasticity, resource monitoring, flexibility. Sci-Fi adopts a master-slave architecture model. A master node has the management and operational services installed on it. Meanwhile, a slave node has only operational services. The operational services are a set of fundamental services to support the management of the Sci-Fi platform. In the set of management services, there are the centralized part of the Federation services. On master node, or master nodes are deployed, in addition respect to a slave node, the centralized parts of the Federation services. For example, the components needed to manage the federation. On the slave nodes is installed only the software needed for deploying and managing user services on the infrastructure. It is an overall picture of the architecture where are shown all the components. In upper box we have the XFI Federation platform and infrastructure for all nodes, and in below box we have the components that we should install it on each and every nodes. In the next slides we are presenting I'm presenting a more detailed view of each box. The components in yellow enable the setup of a cloud computing environment based on OpenStack. Currently we are using a Grizzly version, but we are going to migrate to Icehouse version. The DCRM generic enabler wraps OpenStack, and together Quantum, local SDN controller, Open switch and OpenFlow switches provides all the services requested to a IaaS management system. Moreover, each virtual machine will be equipped with the FIWARE SDC generic enabler that support the generic enabler installation. The reverse proxy component help to prevent the consumption of public IPs when accessing end-user application and services. This slide we analyze the cloud monitoring section. The component in yellow enable the monitoring functionalities, collecting data from physical devices, network devices, virtual machine, and services. Data can be collected interfacing local monitoring adapters. Local monitoring adapters like, for example, Nagios, that can be managed directly by the infrastructure owner. The data are then passed through the NGSI adapter to the context broker generic enabler, and then to the FIWARE Big Data generic enabler, where data can be elaborated, processed, and stored. The local big data generic enabler, and so it is installed on a slave node, communicates with an instance of the same generic enabler in the master node in order to maintain aggregated data at the federation level. Sorry. In this slide, we see the security functionalities. We have in the top of the image the FIWARE IDM generic enabler that, together with the security proxy, also named keystone proxies, and the access controller generic enabler, provides both authentication and authorization services for each node. Security probes are responsible to collect security monitoring data and send them to the master node. We can see in more detail in the next slide. The distribution of the security components on each node of the FIWARE Lab Federation will be provisioned in high availability so as to avoid any single point of failure. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. The services and tools in yellow, as in the previous figure, implement a federation view of all the facilities offered by XFI. Resource catalog and recommendation tool is oriented to find the right services offered by the federation. Interoperability tools can verify the interoperability and compatibility of developed software with the FIWARE generic enabler, based on some rules. SLA management handles the SLA negotiation. Finally, the user interface, the portal or marketplace, provides a single entry point and a graphical user interface for all these tools, offering a sort of marketplace for all the services provided by XFI. This set of tools, and we are speaking about setup, deploy, and DOPS, offers all the functionalities to deploy the software needed to install a FIWARE Lab node, starting from the bare metal server and to operate the node during its activities. The infrastructure toolbox aims at providing an automated installation of infrastructure as a services. It installs OpenStack, a set of generic enabler, for example the DCRM. It installs all more modules of monitoring subsystem. In this section we have also the DCA, deployment and configuration adapter. The DCA enhances the functionalities offered by platform as a services, providing multi-node deployment and it checks of available resource prior to deploy it on the infrastructure. The policy manager implements elasticity and scalability rules. It implements a set of rules which are defined by the administrator of the tenant and allow to take a decision based on the monitoring data collected from the XFI monitoring system. The big data generic enabler and the context broker generic enabler offer monitoring functionalities at the federation layer. They have been depicted also here. The monitoring data will be stored and aggregated following different perspectives. For example, average on time, average on resource belonging to a node, etc. The monitoring user interface integrated into the portal user interface provides a user interface on the monitoring data. Help desk component is a tracking system that implements a workflow defining for processing user requests and providing user support. It is based on Gira, a commercial tool. And finally, we have the security monitoring subsystem. It is a part of the master node. collects data from the remote probes and it provides a graphical user interface to show security monitoring data and alerts users in the case of security problems. It is a list of references regarding the architecture. The first link is a public document. The authors are finalizing the new version of the architecture, but I think that maybe the next week it will be published. Okay, for me it's all, Mark. Thanks.
Thank you, Alessandro. I'm just going to take everybody off mute. Might all get very loud. The background noise. Unfortunately, there was a bit of background noise there for one of the sections for Jorge. So I just want to thank the presenters. Thank you, Jorge, Alessandro. I have set up. We've set up a Google Docs for the Q&A session, which we can use the remaining time for Q&A, so that we capture the Q&A. And just in case there's any kind of background noise, we might have to go on to mute again. I'll just change the presenter to me, if you can bear with me. Okay, so you should be able to see just the Google Docs in the chat window. If you're online and you can see the screen, you can see in the chat window the link to the Google Docs. So I think people are starting to input into that. Hopefully you're able to edit all right. So if somebody does, I'll hand it over to you guys now to ask your questions to our presenters, and thanks again to Jorge and Alessandro. In addition, you know, we obviously want to support any infrastructures that want to join the Federation. So we have set up a training portal for infrastructures. And you'll find a lot of rich information for infrastructures, previous presentations that were delivered to our new nodes. All of those presentations were videoed, so you've got a series of 10 videos with the presentations included, and you just follow that link that's in the Google Docs window. And if you're someone that cannot see what is in the Google Docs, then we've got the emails of everybody who joined the conference. Hopefully you're one of the 16 people that registered. If not, maybe you might want to contact me offline or Julia. So I see the first question coming in there. Where should I start looking for references if I want to develop a node to be federated? So can I hand that over to Alessandro?
Yes, I think that we can have as a reference a few documents. Okay, I can share with.
Do you need me to give you the screen, Alessandro?
No, don't worry. I can share with the Google Doc. I can share a set of links that a new node can be used in order to understand which steps they should do. In the first, in this document, there are described the procedure and the protocols for join to the Federation. I think that can be useful. One moment, reports. Yes, it is maybe this. And I suggest to look another document regarding the infrastructure toolbox. It is this tool that help an infrastructure to deploy a new node. I don't remember the link, but just a moment. Just a moment. Infrastructure. In the latest link, it is described the infrastructure toolbox. Just this week we have released a new version. It is a tool based on Fuel by Mirantis. I don't know if some attendees know this tool. Mainly, the infrastructure toolbox help the infrastructure owner, sysadmin, in the deployment of a new node. It gives the possibility to choose if install some sci-fi component. For example, in the latest version, we can install through the IT box several components regarding the monitoring subsystem. For example, the context broker that we have seen in the previous presentation, the context broker, HSI adapter, Nagios, OpenStack data collector, and so on. The infrastructure toolbox gives the opportunity to deployment an infrastructure in a simple mode or in high availability mode. And so in order to try and download and to use the infrastructure toolbox, I can share another link. Just a moment. Where you can download the infrastructure toolbox, and there are the installation instruction, and you can try it also using a virtual environment, for example, a virtual box.
Okay. Thanks, Alessandro. I don't know who asked the question, but I don't know whether that provides maybe the start of some answers for the person who asked the question. I've also included the link to the training portal, which includes quite a lot of detailed information for infrastructures on the tools that would be used for joining the Federation.
Sorry, Mark.
Yes,
hi, I'm Alessandro. Maybe it can be useful if we share the slides that we shown in Madrid regarding the IT box settings and so on. I don't know if there is already a public directory where the attendees can download them.
Yes, all of the Madrid material is in that link on the training portal. So it's the edu.fiware.org course.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
So the very bottom link. Now it might require some registration, but I have left it open access, so it should be widely available to everyone. So it's Hugo that asked the question. So thanks, Hugo. I hope it does. I know it's all fairly complex if you're new to it, but hopefully it does provide some answer to your question. I'm just going to put your name down here. Go for. Okay. So the next question: are there any details of case studies showing examples of how Xi-Fi can be used in reality?
Well, I don't really know where can I find these examples. Maybe Alessandro, do you know?
Yes, I think that in the deliverable 5.1, it is the first link that I have shared previously. There are a lot of information regarding the deployment of the original nodes. So there are example on Trento deployment, Lenion, Sevilla, and so on. So I think that can be useful. Deliverable 5.1, sorry. Okay, great. I don't know if there are some example regarding how some users, how some company are using in this moment Xi-Fi. I have only deployment point of view, and I don't know if there are other example, are more concrete example of the use of the infrastructure.
Yeah, I suppose if we go back to the slide that was presented on the map, the map of
exactly.
Europe.
Yeah.
That slide would show the 5 original nodes, and Alessandro, your link that you provided is the documentation as those 5 new nodes were. They documented their original integration to the Federation, and then on top of that, those 5 new nodes, we now have the 12 new nodes that are currently integrating to the Federation as we speak, and that is still ongoing. So I'm not too sure if there's any documentation or if there's any deliverable for the process. It would be 5.5, would it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
But I suppose in answer to the person that asked the question, a good resource would be the documented 5 new nodes, the original nodes, the 5 original nodes, as documented and it's a public deliverable. So when we talk about the BSCW, that's a public link. It's the public link to the public deliverables. So again, if anybody is ringing in, that they should have again access to all of the links that we're providing. So I don't know who asked the question, and I don't know whether that gives it gives an answer. I don't know whether it gives the answer that you were looking for, but it points you to the direction of where you might find documented case studies for the 5 original nodes. Okay. So we're in the last 10 or so minutes of the conference, of the webinar. I don't see any new questions, so I don't know whether question was from Robert in HEA Net. Thanks, Robert. Does it answer your question, Robert? Or did we answer the question? Yes, makes sense. Okay, thanks. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions that they would like to add to either the Google Docs or just ask the question? I'll leave the floor open to you guys. No. Okay. Well, I hope you find the webinar informative. I know if you're coming from a fresh view of this, it could be regarded as very complex. Obviously, it is, and you know, the presenters have tried very hard in terms of abstracting the complexity to a level that can be digested to a newcomer. But again, I would recognise that that's a very difficult thing to do. So if there's no further questions, I'd like to thank again our two presenters, Jorge and Alessandro, and I'd like to thank everybody that participated in the webinar. We do have your email addresses, so you will be contacted by us. We want to try to do some feedback in terms of, you know, we don't know how this experience was for you, so we'd like to get your feedback in terms of have we lived up to your expectations? Would you have suggestions for future webinars? And we will be in contact with you because obviously we would like to try and build a community around infrastructures that are interested in joining the Federation and to grow the federated infrastructures. So thanks again, everybody, and I'll bring the webinar to a close there, and have a good day. Thank you very much. Bye.